Kitchen 216 is a culinary events venue. Whether your occasion is a celebration, corporate function, or team building event, each experience is designed for you. DeMassimo's authentic sauces bring families together at the table. Create memories and share stories over a meal together, and let the sauce of our family become a tradition in yours.
I'm Monica, and this is my friend Tony.
Monica's a classically trained chef, and I'm your everyday home cook. Together, we're cooking in the kitchen to bring you chef-inspired recipes, the great things you have at restaurants, and you're able to make them at home. If I can do it, you can do it.
So together, we're the chef and busy cook.
So today, we're going to be making hors d'oeuvres. They're great to have as a start to a meal, or even to have an entire party with them.
So I love a great party, and today we are, tasting a couple different hors d'oeuvres that we're creating. And basically, what's fun about having an hors d'oeuvre party is that you can taste a bunch of different types of hors d'oeuvres, and you're not just having one big full meal. And those of us in the culinary world, we love to taste and try different things. So it's super fun, especially paired with a great cocktail.
Exactly, and so what we're gonna do today is show you how to make a few different hors d'oeuvres that you could serve as people arrive at different intervals. It doesn't stress you out in the kitchen, which I really like. A lot of the stuff you can make ahead and just warm up right before your guests arrive. Today we're making a great hors d'oeuvre. It's homemade toast points with a goat cheese and arrabbiata dip. What I like about this is it's 3 basic ingredients. So it's super easy to do, and it's one pot. It doesn't get any more simple than this. So what we're gonna start off with is 2 different types of goat cheese. Each of these is 4 ounces. One is an herbed goat cheese. So you just drop it in your pan. The second, oh Monica, if you wouldn't mind turning on the heat. This is why I don't always cook.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
So you need a warm.
You need a warm pan. Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise,
it helps to melt the cheese. And then the last ingredient is just a prepared arrabbiata sauce, just because it gives it a nice little heat. The heat and the creaminess from the cheese makes a great blend.
And so today, folks, we're using DeMassimo's arrabbiata sauce. If you can't find this in your local grocery store, absolutely, you can definitely order it online, or you can pick up your favorite, absolute favorite type of sauce.
And so this just takes a few minutes to cook down, and it'll be ready to serve.
Perfect.
And while I'm letting this all melt down and come together, Monica's gonna show you how to make toast points.
Crostini doesn't really take that much time to make, so as I always say, you need to start with the proper knife, and you need to make sure that it's sharp. So you need to let the knife do the work for you. So we're going to cut on the bias. So basically that just means that you're cutting on an angle, which gives a little bit of character to each of the crostinis that you're making. So you want to make sure that you're putting enough olive oil, melted butter, whatever you have at home. And you want to make sure that you're giving it a healthy amount. You don't want to not put enough, because that's going to dry out the bread if it doesn't have enough of that fat.
And then you just do a little light salt and pepper, and they're ready to go. And this is coming together really nice. It's melting really well. So we are good with this. So now we'll just put those toast points in the oven for a few minutes. So we took our toast points out of the oven and arranged this beautifully around a platter. Our next hors d'oeuvre that we're gonna prepare is a little cheat on something that a classically trained chef would make. And Monica could explain how you're supposed to really make the dish, and then I can tell you how a busy person that cooks at home would make this dish.
So there's a lot involved with, creating an actual cream puff. You're making the dough, you're letting it sit overnight, you're drying it out, you're hollowing it out. There's a lot of processes to it. So
we're doing a savory. It would be like a savory mushroom puff is essentially what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't disagree with the shortcut, to be honest. I think that
you have to admit it's pretty clever.
It is. I mean, you're a clever guy.
Yeah. And I try to figure out ways to take what Monica does and make it work for me and for everybody else. We're using these wonderful store-bought phyllo shells. There's a little like burnt little marks. It looks like you made them in your oven, which is perfect. Your guests will think you did. Essentially for this recipe, you need pretty finely chopped mushrooms.
So we're really just chopping through the sliced mushroom.
And while Monica's doing that, I'm actually gonna go over to the stovetop once again. It is on right now. We made sure of that.
Yeah, I did heat it up
Yep,
for you.
we're heating it up. So what we're gonna do is you put in some butter. So we're gonna let the butter just melt in the pan. And essentially what we're going to do is saute all the mushrooms that we have. We have about a 1/4 cup of shallots as well that are also finely chopped. And we're gonna mix those two in and let them really reduce. We're sweating the onions just a little bit before we're gonna add the mushrooms. So now Monica's gonna add the mushrooms into what we've got here.
There you
Perfect.
go.
And then we'll just let this do its thing. So I think we're ready to add our cream cheese in and our Parmesan cheese. This will look nice, I promise, once it gets incorporated. So now that everything's nice and incorporated, Monica's gonna turn down my heat so I don't burn anything.
His
Like
heat
I
is
said-
either off or high, folks.
There's really no in the middle.
Oh, that looks good.
And these are super simple to fill. And they don't have to be perfectly filled or all level or the same. It's like anything else. It has a little character to it. If they're not all even, those look beautiful, Monica. They're perfectly filled.
Well, thank you.
And we're gonna top off our hors d'oeuvres with our signature cocktail.
Yeah.
So it's 50-50. It's half apple cider, half champagne. You can also make another version of it, which would be like a mocktail if you're having a party with kids or people that aren't big drinkers, which is ginger ale. So ginger ale instead of the champagne.
That's so cute. The little tykes will love it. You can always add an extra garnish if you wanted to add, a little apple slice or
A cinnamon stick
Yep.
or,
Oh, that sounds good.
I think. See, they're already prepared. You have to cut apples. Cinnamon sticks are ready to go.
Do you want to dig into these hors d'oeuvres?
Yes. The cheese is amazing.
So creamy.
Mm-hmm. Not bad for a shortcut.
You win this one.
Mm-hmm.